Hey, Bray. Sorry we couldn't catch up today. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And your mom says you're doing great at what you're doing at home. Keep up the good work, man. You're awesome. So proud of you. Um, okay, so we're gonna do a little bit of review or go over some things we went before just to keep those strength skills strong, and then we'll go over our tricky team numbers. See how we remember those. Okay. All right. So if you remember yesterday, we watched a video about us talking about our single digit numbers or one numbers with just one number. So I'm going to touch it, and if you could just tell your mom at home what it is. What's this number? 4. And this one? 2. What's the name of that number? 7. How about that one? 0. And this one? 3. And this number here? 5. And this number? 9. 6. Those numbers look a lot alike, don't they? This is 9. This is 6. This number here? 8. And this last number? 1. Okay. Well, if you remember, Bray, one thing we worked on this year is we worked on tricky teen numbers. In tricky teen numbers, they all start with the number 1. And look, so each one of these has two numbers in it. This number has a 1 and a 6. This number has a 1 and a 7. This number has a 1 and a 2. But they're tricky teen numbers, and most of them you hear the word teen at the end of them. So if I'm looking at them, you can see they all start with the number 1. See that? They all, except this one here. See how their first number is all the number 1. Those are the tricky teen numbers. Okay, so if I'm looking at this number here, I see it has a 1 and a 6. Okay, I focus more on that 6. That would be 16. If I look at this number here, it has a 1 and a 9. That's 19. Look at this one, 1, 7. That's 17. Now this number here I'm circling is a little trickier. It's a 1 and a 1. I wish it was called 1 teen, but we just have to know it as 11. Okay, look at this number here. Again, another one of those tricky teen numbers because they're a little more difficult to know. 1 and a 3. I wish it was called 3 teen, but we call it 13. Okay, how about this number? This one is an easier one. It's a 1 and an 8. That's 18. Okay, look at this one. This is the only one that's not a tricky teen number, but we still want you to know it. It starts with a 2 and a 0. That's 20. All the 20 numbers, 20, 21, 22, they all start with the number 2. This is another one of those tricky teen numbers. 1 and a 5. I wish it was called 5 teen, but we call it 15. Last two, this is an easy one. 1 and a 4. That's 14. And then this one again, another one of those tricky teen numbers. I wish it was called 2 teen, but we call it 12. I actually think it's the hardest number to remember on this whole screen. Okay, so I'll go slow and I'll circle the number and you tell me. This time I'm going to mix it up a little bit. And if they're tricky, it's okay. Keep practicing. Watch this video again. Miss Elam, you can make flashcards, things like that on index cards or whatever. So Bray, what number is this? We'll start with an easy one, hopefully. That's 14. How about this one? 17. All right, here's going to be a tricky one. 1 and a 2. Can you tell your mom? 12. How about this one? 1 and a 9. 19. How about this one? Let's see, it's a 1 and a 6. 16. How about this one? I wish it was called 3 teen. Do you remember what it was called? 13. All right, got a couple more. What about this one? I wish it was called 1 teen because it's a 1 and a 1. Do you remember 1, 1? That's 11. Couple more. Oh boy, I wish it was called 5 teen. Do you remember the number? That's 15. 2 more. This should be one of the easier ones. 1 and an 8. 18. Good job. And the last one, that's 20. Okay, now, again, if those are tricky, just keep practicing them a little bit. 2 minutes a day, you'll have them in no time. Okay? All right, now, being that we just worked on knowing all our numbers, we're going to kind of put those numbers in order. And you're going to need a pencil or a marker or crayon, whatever, on dry erase board or paper. Get whatever you want. And you might want to hit pause for a second. And we're going to write our numbers to 20 in order, okay? So if you need to hit pause, go ahead. All right, so you can practice writing with me, or you can try it on your own, whatever works best for you. So here I go. 1, 2, 3,